My first fragrance haul of the year. Hi everyone, I'm Julian and this is my channel Scented Moments where we discuss everything about perfumes. So in this video I want to share with you the fragrances that I purchased this year so far. Now I actually, and fortunately or unfortunately, but I will not be like recording that many fragrance hauls throughout the year. If I will make another fragrance haul video, that would be a lot already, because I really need to spare and I have other projects that I'm into, so fragrance will definitely be something in the secondary. So yes, that being said, I have here 15 fragrances, 15 that I want to share with you, talk about. Some of these I already talked about, but the majority of them no. So with that being said, let's get started in no specific order. Now the first two fragrances that I have here, actually these two were my first purchases of the year from the house of Ajmal. I already talked about them. These are Amir One and Amir Two, and these two fragrances were like in total 120 euros max. I mean, amazing deal. And this really puts to shame so many luxury fragrances with so-called natural oud, when these have definitely oud in them. Now these are very different from each other. This one is which I already talked about, featured on my spring list. This is a aromatic oud fragrance, tons of clary sage, lavender in here. I mean, this is just wonderful, very elegant, very luxury smelling, sophisticated. While this one is a more traditional style of oud, now the oud in here is really like a funky blue cheese style of oud. And actually this type of oud reminds me of The Night by Frederic Malle, a fragrance that I really want to add this year. It's one of my goals, is to add Frederic Malle The Night to my collection. But this one actually kind of goes in that territory, on Frederic Malle's The Night. And it's a high quality oud fragrance, right here. More challenging than this one, I dare to say, than Amir One, but these two are incredible oud fragrances that I highly advise you to try. I mean, in the presentation is just gorgeous presentation. These two are 50 ml, and yes, I think they are eau de parfum if I'm not mistaken. Yes, these two are eau de parfum concentration. Performance wise is amazing, really no issues whatsoever with performance, so please do check this one out. Highly underrated in my view. Ajmal's Amir One and Two, starting off this video. The next fragrance, it's from the house of Loewe, and I wanted to have this fragrance for years now, since this was first released like maybe 3 years ago or so, 3-4 years ago. And this one is Paula's Ibiza, and this is the 100 ml. This initially came as a 50 ml, just a 50 ml, but recently, I think it was last year, that they changed they added a new size, the 100 ml size, and nowadays they have a whole Paula Ibiza collection. And actually I plan to add another one, the Eclectic, which was released last year, which is a wonderful fruity fragrance. But yes, so this one is Paula's Ibiza. It was love at first sniff for me. And this is a coconut green fragrance done to perfection. Such a natural smelling coconutty fragrance. Green, perfect for summer. This screams summer. It's so good. Very underrated. Like Loewe in general is very underrated. Oh man, it's amazing. I will be praising this one in the summertime. Stay tuned for that. But Loewe's Paula's Ibiza. Next fragrance is another one that I wanted to add forever to my collection, from the house of Frederic Malle, my forever growing Frederic Malle collection. But this is a masterpiece, and this is a must-have for Frederic Malle lovers, I think. It's Carnal Flower. And this batch is from 2020, if I'm not mistaken. 2020 or 2021. I think it's 2020. Carnal Flower, so already has 5 years. I was really lucky to grab a full brand new in-box bottle of Carnal Flower for a very affordable price. Like, affordable, I mean, still a bit expensive, but when you will compare with the retail price of Carnal Flower. I mean, I really had a great deal on this one. And Carnal Flower is a masterpiece of a tuberose, and when you talk about tuberose, I mean, you need to talk about Carnal Flower by Frederic Malle. It's a reference in terms of tuberose, very green. I would also say that there is a coconut nuance in here as well, and I think this is another fragrance that I will be wearing the most during the summer. It's so damn elegant. Oh, it's so effortless, so thick and heavy, and yet, although the tuberose and the green nuances, it's in the end it's a heavy, rich, dense fragrance, but it has an airiness in here. And again, it seems that there is a coconutty aspect. It definitely has a summer quality in here. It has an airy quality that makes this more summery. Love it. I adore this one. Carnal Flower, it's a must try to say the least, and I would say a must have for Frederic Malle lovers. A reference created by Dominique Ropion. Highly advise for you to try this one. Now the next two fragrances, these two are from the same brand, and this brand I do have a partnership now, but I will be talking about this partnership and all the details about the partnership in a dedicated video where I'll be talking about this brand specifically and their fragrances, because they sent me a sample set also and a few fragrances, a couple of fragrances that I definitely want to talk about. But that again will be in a dedicated video. These two I actually purchased myself after trying the sample set. I immediately fell in love with these two. There's another one that I want to add to my collection called Rose Shot, and that rose, it's so good that the rose used in there reminds me of the rose used in Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle. How good that is. Scent wise is a bit different though. But these two fragrances, I mean, I just needed to have them. It was a little first sniff. These are so underrated. It's from the Sepia collection of Olfactive Studio, and these are Iris Shot, which I already featured on my previous video, and Violet Shot. So underrated. These two fragrances are really underrated, I would say. So Iris Shot, if you have yet to see my spring list, I featured this one there. This one is a buttery, charcoal-like cold iris, but again, very rooty and buttery type of iris with aldehydes. You have woods in here like cedarwood, vetiver. It's to die for, really. I adore this one. It's one of my favorite iris at the moment. And then you have Violet Shot. Violet Shot is, of course, completely different. It's all about violets, but it's still, so it's not just a violet fragrance. This one has much more things going on. So you have this mineral, gasoline almost violet, but you also have labdanum, you have vanilla, you have a bit of leather in here as well, patchouli and grass. You have a grassiness in here, and it's such a unique fragrance in my view. Very unique. These two were created by Dominique Ropion, and I do think that Rose Shot was also created by Dominique Ropion, the same nose behind Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle, and he did other amazing masterpiece, masterfully created fragrances for Frederic Malle. Portrait of a Lady, like I mentioned, Carnal Flower, like I purchased now, and I just featured it here. He also made The Night, Promise, I mean, the list goes on, and then he did other brilliant fragrances for the houses, but these two, please do check them out. Again, Violet Shot, it's extremely underrated. I think this also works wonderfully during the springtime, but now I'm enjoying this one a bit more because I just love iris. It's one of my all-time favorite notes, and I think I'm now starting to appreciate violets more and more, especially since I discovered Violet Violinka from Hermes last year. So I think I'm more into violets, but yes, check these two out if you have yet to. Iris Shot and Violet Shot by Olfactive Studio. Now the next fragrance, I already talked about it when I was in Portugal because I ended up with a backup of Dior Homme Parfum. This one specifically is the 2020 version, the 100 ml version. I have here the 75 ml, the original 75 ml from 2014. It smells great. It's a masterpiece of a fragrance. I already talked about this one. I already talked about the Dior Homme 2025. Definitely feel free to check that video out. So yes, I will be just having and cherishing this bottle with me. I will not be selling this one. So yes, just really fortunate to, in the end, just by chance, having the opportunity to have a backup of Dior Homme Parfum. Now the next 3 fragrances, I've been enjoying and loving this line. It's the Le Vestiaire line from Yves Saint Laurent. And I already have 3 fragrances from this line, being Caban. The other one is 24 Rue de l'Université, or 24 Rue de l'Université, and Babycat. Yes, I have Babycat now. And I have to say, guys, this line really impressed me. And now, I will not say that this is the best line ever, or my God, like where this have been, because these are so good. I mean, they are really good, but they have a mass appealing quality in here that kind of makes me feel that this is like my guilty pleasure. Because at the end of the day, this kind of feels a bit mainstream, but also they're so good at the same time. It's hard to explain. They have a mainstream quality, not being entirely mainstream, if that makes sense. And yes, I'm a fan of this line. Now, of course, I don't love all of them, but I do have another one on the way. Actually, it's from this collection. I don't recall the name of this collection. It's composed by 3 fragrances. It's the 24 Rue de l'Université, the 37, which is the one that I have on the way, Rue de Belchis, oh my God, I'm butchering the name, but now I'm not even remembering the name of the fragrance properly, but it's the 37 one, better saying. And then they have another one in this black bottle style, which and that one then I don't recall at all the name. But yes, this one is, so starting with 24, this was a blind buy actually, and so is 37. I'm really hoping that I will like it, but I don't do that, avoid blind buying, and I just purchased these because I found great deals online. Now, this one is about sandalwood, and I've been hearing a lot of people, or at least here and there, saying that this is the best sandalwood fragrance in the market. And I love sandalwood, and sandalwood currently is not a note that you can find easily, or better saying, a sandalwood forward fragrance. It's not something that you come across that often currently, and usually they are very spicy, very dry. I mean, I have amazing sandalwood fragrances, my favorite being Santal Blush by Tom Ford and the Sandalo by Lorenzo Villoresi. But this one is up there, if not currently my favorite. It's such a natural smelling sandalwood, creamy, bit spicy, but not too much. It's just done to perfection. Longevity wise is amazing. And I do get what those people were saying when they were talking about this perfume as a sandalwood fragrance. It's really good, and it's so underrated. If you are into sandalwood fragrances, give this one a shot. Then we have Babycat. Now, how this happened? Now, I tried Babycat last year, and actually I tried this whole line last year. I mean, in December when I was in Portugal, and it's where it clicked, actually, in the shopping center El Corte Inglés, and I was at the Yves Saint Laurent counter, and they display and they have for selling the entire Le Vestiaire collection. With the exception of, I don't think that they had the black bottle style there, at least I don't recall, but they had these like clear bottles. So I tried Babycat. I had tried Babycat in the past, I mean, way back, and I didn't quite remember the scent DNA and the scent profile, so I tried it again, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Now, this shares a lot of similarities with José Numatu's 5. A lot. And José Numatu's 5 was released in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, and it's in the José Numatu 5, it's one fragrance that I've been talking a lot in this channel. I already did a review of it. I mean, you all know how much I love that fragrance. Now, Babycat is also a creation of Dominique Ropion. Lots of Dominique Ropion fragrances in here. And I would say that it's heavily inspired by Rosanna Mathieu's 5, but with a strong vanilla note in here. And I adore the vanilla note in here. So it's one fragrance that I highly advise for you to try, although this nowadays it's more popular because you have more fragrances within this vanilla style, but it's a vanilla that I really wanted to add the moment I spray it in December of last year. It's a boozy vanilla, it's a boozy, creamy, and it has like a furry quality in here, like a musky furry quality that differs from Rosanna Mathieu 5. But in the end, it has the ambery quality that Rosanna Mathieu 5 has. So that's why for me it's quite similar to that. But I love it nonetheless. And so that's why I have it. And I love vanilla fragrances, so I'm really happy to have now Babycat. And the last one, which I think it was the biggest surprise, because I was searching for Kaftan, and Kaftan was discontinued, and I think it's discontinued now for a long time, for a couple of years now. And so I tried Caban. Love at first sniff. Caban as well. I was not expecting, and actually I will tell you now, this is one of my most fun fragrances at the moment. It's how good and how good this smells and how much I love it. It's very peppery. You have a lot of pink pepper, black pepper in here. You have lots of tonka bean in here also, with incense, patchouli, and elemi resin. It's really good. This fragrance is really good. And also, I would say that this has an underneath here, a fig leaf note, accord. It has a figgy green quality in here. Maybe it's the blend of all notes, but I would say that there is like a green leafy quality also. But in the end, this is a spicy, incensey, with a green, again, with a green aspect in here and tonka beans. It's really good. I love this one. And I highly advise it for you to try it. Caban was a big surprise, a wonderful surprise. And yeah, currently one of my most worn fragrances, extremely elegant and extremely effortless. Now, before we jump to the next fragrance, I just really wanted to quickly tell you that Yves Saint Laurent is kind of rebranding their Le Vestiaire collection. So just to tell you quickly that the new bottles now will have a black label, and it will be like a piece of clothing type of like impression that will be sticked in here. So just to tell you that basically the sticker will be different, it will be black, and let's hope that they will not reformulate. Usually when brands do that, it's kind of an indicator that they will reformulate. Hopefully not, but just to tell you that now the new bottles of this line will be slightly different. Now the next fragrance, it's from the house of Guerlain. It's a classic already, a modern classic that also I rediscovered last year. And I've been trying it from a sample, and I finally pulled the trigger and I finally have it. I'm really happy to finally have Spiritueuse de Vanille. And I think it's the one Guerlain that was missing as well in my collection. But also just because it wasn't love at first sniff for me for some reason. I mean, I tried the 75 ml bottle, and when I did, and I tried a few times, and I always got this bubblegummy quality, this dry bubblegum quality, which for me was a bit disappointing. For some reason, it clicked. It clicked last year with the sample that I was sent with the purchase that I made back then last year, and it clicked. Boozy, I didn't get much of that dry bubblegummy quality, just a fantastic natural smelling boozy vanilla. And so here we have it, Spiritueuse de Vanille, 200 ml bottle. Really happy to have it. Of course I already wore it a couple of times. It's so addicting, so good. Yeah, it's really one of the best vanilla fragrances out there. It's a reference in terms of vanilla, and I mean, it's been around for many, I mean, I would say 20 years actually. I think this has been around since 2005. Yes, I finally saw the magic of Spiritueuse de Vanille. The next fragrance, it's a fragrance that I wanted to have since this was released a couple of years ago from the house of Maison Crivelli, and this one is Oud Maracujá. I purchased a brand new Oud Maracujá with it for a great price. And this one, it was love at first sniff. Performance is amazing. This is all about this passion fruit, massive passion fruit with oud and rose. And I love it. People say that this is a bit of a brogue type of fragrance. It goes in the Ombre Normande by Louis Vuitton type of perfume. To be honest, I just adore it. And that's it, you know. This is an Extrait de Parfum. Again, the performance is this is a nuclear fragrance. This is currently one of the best performer fragrances that I have in my collection. It's really nuclear. Couple of sprays, that's it. And yeah, if you are into oud fragrances and you don't want like a very funky oud, but still you want that fragrance to project, I mean, I think this is really a great scent. I'm not the biggest fan of the brand of Maison Crivelli, but I dare to say that here they really did a great job. For me, this is a very unique take on an oud fragrance, although not the most natural smelling one, but still really good nonetheless scent-wise. Oud Maracujá by Maison Crivelli. The next fragrance is a new release. It was released this year from the house of Hermes. I will soon do a review of this one, and it's the new Eau de Parfum Intense. This one right here. This was love at first sniff, guys, and just tell you right away, it's the best Terre d'Hermès flanker of Christine Nagel, and it's really up there. I mean, and I would even dare to say that this is one of the best fragrances from Christine Nagel at Hermes ever. It's how good this is. Stay tuned for my review of this one, but I really want to say that this is what a flanker should be. This is a dark, and you can see from the rim here of the bottle, it's a darker perfume when compared with the original. It's definitely a darker take on the original Terre d'Hermès, done to perfection. Try this one if you have yet to, and stay tuned for my review. The next fragrance, another new release, this time from the house of Cartier, which I already talked about actually. This one is the Cartier Declaration Eau de Parfum. Another fragrance that I plan to do a sole review on. Another fragrance that I fell in love when I tried it at the Zurich's duty free. And it's a fragrance that I think it will be the best, if not one of the best, if not the best for me. I will consider this the best or one of the best. We shall see. Designer releases of this year. This reminds me a bit of Baruti's Shy, which is an indie brand from Netherlands, which I love. Stay tuned for that review as well. But this is a very unique take on the DNA of Declaration, which I'm a big fan of. And I think Mathilde Laurent did a great job here. So this one, Cartier's Declaration de Parfum. Again, stay tuned for my review. And last but certainly not least, yes, I added Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I've been saying here and there that I've been hinting a lot that I do prefer the Extrait over the Eau de Parfum, and it's not even close. And I've been revisiting the Extrait over and over, and I can't believe that I have a bottle of it. Now, I trashed this, not the Extrait specifically, but the Eau de Parfum, I trashed it to the max, really. But now I have the Extrait version, which I do think it's superior to the Eau de Parfum. I do think this one doesn't have that latex quality that the original has. I think this is more balanced, more smooth, and this one is in the end this is a groundbreaking release. Either we like it or not, this is a groundbreaking release. Now, I don't know if this is still in fashion or not, but I do know that this last year I smelled this a lot out there. Now, maybe not Baccarat Rouge per se, maybe a clone of it, which you have tons of clones of it, but this scent was everywhere last year, especially in the summertime. So it will be interesting to see if that's still a trend or not. But in the end, this is a groundbreaking release. I think it's one of those fragrances that will be regarded as such. And so it's also, as a reference, it's great to have it. And yeah, I really like the Extrait. I really like the Extrait. It has still that cotton candy sweetness in here, but not as harsh. And again, doesn't have that latex that I really don't like in the eau de parfum. It happened. I have the Extrait of Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Crivelli. Guys, let me know in the comments down below if you find value in this video. Let me know what fragrances have you been purchasing so far. If you find value in this video, hit the like button, subscribe, check out all the other fragrance contents that I have available, and see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Ciao.